Okay, welcome to Blender. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of an experimental piece. So I think I can do this, and I'm going to teach you how to do this as well. So let's go ahead and change Eevee out to cycles on the render engine side and get rid of this default cube. I'm going to go ahead and go with a circle right here. So let's go 7 to heaven. Let's go with Shift D. Go for another circle right here, Shift D, we'll go for another circle right here. And then we'll take these two, Shift D, click, leave it where it is. Alpha rotate at 90 degrees. So, we're going to select every single one of these, but the last one that we're going to select is the one in the center. You want to go Control J, join this together. We're going to go S just to scale this down a little bit. Now, from what I remember, we need to do this like we would make rope. So, let's see. I believe it was a curve that we needed. Bezier curve. Okay, so let's go to the curve right here. So, geometry. Okay, so from here, what we're going to want to do with the Bezier and with this, let's go ahead and give this a modifier. So essentially what we're looking to do is you're going to need the modifier onto this one. So let's go with a screw. Let's see if this does anything. You're going to want to go ahead and just move that up. Put the illustrations down and the screw up itself. So now we have this nice little kind of screw thing going on. So now we need a curve modifier, so let's go with curve right here. You want to go down to the eye droplets and you want to select the Bezier curve right here. So let's go with this, the dropper, Bezier curve. So at the moment, if we go to the wireframe and we've got the Bezier curve right here, let's go for rotate. We can see that this is kind of deforming in a really weird way. So we're going to go ahead and go on to edit mode. Let's have the first bit of the curve just in the middle here, I think. Let's go with G to bring this across, and then we'll bring this one over as well. So we'll go for E for extrude, G to bring this across. Now this is going to take a little bit of messing around with some of the angles as well. Just try and keep it along one straight line. Let's go with alpha rotate. Let's go something like this. We'll select this one at the end. We'll go E for extrude, bring this out. G, bring this down. We're going to go ahead and rotate this one. So this is relatively straight. So you just want a nice little arc coming across. Let's go ahead and press G on this one, just move this to the side just slightly, and what we'll do, bring this up just slightly. E for extrude, you want to go ahead and bring this down. And G, bring this to the back. As such, we'll take this part right here and we'll just rotate this as to where it needs to be. Okay, so once we've got something like this, let's go back to object mode. We're going to want to get this to go straight across to here. So let's go ahead and duplicate this a couple of times and see what happens. Maybe just kind of pull that twist in just a little bit more. Should be following it. Let's go with the y-axis. No, okay. Let's go with the z-axis. It sort of works, but it's not quite working. Yeah. Okay. Y, X on that side. Let's go over here. Yes. So let's go with the X right here. Going to go ahead and just lengthen that just ever so slightly. And then what I'm going to do is iterations. Maybe we could do more of those and a little bit more twist. Just there. That's cool. Okay, so let's go back onto the Bezier. Edits. You're going to want to take this one at the back and we'll just press G and just elongate this just ever so slightly. And then take this one as well and we'll elongate this one ever so slightly. Don't worry if it moves. It's fine. Gonna go ahead and get these up to the places that we need them to be. And let's go ahead with objects mode again, and we'll go ahead and increase those iterations as is. Now obviously 5 is a little bit too much, I think, so maybe we need to just move that across just ever so slightly. So let's go to the Bezier curve again and edit mode, take this, press G, move it across just ever so slightly. So now we have this, and what we're going to do is just move this upwards just ever so slightly and just kind of curve it to where we need it to be. Just kind of curve out some of these imperfections. Just press G, bring that down, because we're going to have another line coming across the top there. Okay, so once we've got something like this, I think what we should be doing is taking all of this that we've just made. Let's get rid of the lights actually and the camera just for the moment. Take all of this. Shift D, bring this across. So I'm actually going to make, before we do this, a material with this, so we'll just call this rope. As is. Select everything, Shift D, move this across into that section. Let's go with Shift D, move this across into this section. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just do a good couple of these. Maybe we could do it like that. You want to kind of just square this off so it's the same distance here as it is here. So maybe about that much, I would say. Maybe just select everything right here. Shift D, move this across, R for rotate. Let's go 90. G, move this across, make sure that it overlaps. You could go up slightly if you wanted to. Totally up to you. And then I'm going to go ahead with this one and Shift D across to that side. And then if we go ahead and select everything, Shift D, move this across, but this time we're going to go ahead and place it like this. And it kind of intersects a little bit, but it kind of works at the same time. So, have it just here. Let's go ahead and take, I need another one here actually, so let's box select these ones. Shift D. Oops. There's a little oopsie. Okay. Let's box select these. Shift D. Move this across. Let's go and rotate this by 90. And just position it as such. Just on this side. Should look a little bit more woven. Let's get rid of these. Then we can take these, just kind of put them next to each other. So you've got that opinion of kind of rolled stuff and material. Let's go ahead and add a light in here. So maybe. So yeah, that kind of works. Let's go ahead and select everything, and we'll just go ahead and roll some of this out a little bit more. So, you can't really go sideways with this. I'm going to have to turn it over. So, let's go alpha rotate. There we go, by 90. My gosh, this is slowing down my PC like crazy. Sorry, not 90, 180. Yes, I think. Yes. Okay, so we have like kind of woven material that is like really irritating my eyes. But yes, if we render this, we should have something like this. Now I want to go into the shading tab. Let's see what we can do. My gosh, I like that texture. That is nice. Let's go ahead and add. Let's click on the random one. So this is the rope. We want to go ahead and add either a brick texture to this or a noise texture or something like that. So maybe we'll start with the brick texture. All I want is that kind of long fiber look. So if we got more size kind of messes it up a little bit. I mean, it does give that kind of winding of material, but it's not what we want. Let's go brick length. Brick length is quite good because it looks like it's kind of woven, and then we can kind of stretch that in just a little bit, so you've got that nice little particle look. And what we can do as well is add, let's go with a noise texture. Place this here, we can go colour to do roughness. Actually, let's go colour to metallic and then pull that roughness up. See what this looks like when it's rendered. Maybe add some of that little orange yellow in there. And then I think we could add a bump. Let's add a bump. Just kind of pull some of that detail out a little bit for height. And if you wanted to, I guess you could add hair to it, but I'm going to guarantee your computer's probably not going to survive that if you try and add hair to this, just to make it look a little bit more sticky outy. Why does it remind me of those like cereal things I used to eat as a kid? It's like, actually does look like that. But yeah, maybe lighter tone, kind of woven. I think that looks okay. Yeah, I could go with that. Interesting pattern, texture. And I think I've got a little bit far enough on the edges so that it's not clipping anything, apart from this one, which I can just press G and just move back slightly, I guess. Oh, you can like move them and just make them a little off center as well, so they're not quite uniform. That's cool. Let's move a couple of them. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna end this here. I like this. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye.